We are 2/3 done with the Outriders. These two are looking absolutely spiffing and spanking, but now it's time to bring their leader into the fray. Let's do this. Right, here's the base. Put that aside for now so it doesn't rob my focus. Cool, you can see where I cut off the chunks for the sprue goo. If anything, makes it easier to handle. So I remember this bit. First we need the two sides of the bike, and then we need... there's the inside of the wheel. Where's the outside of the wheel? There's the outside of the wheel. Yes, that's it. Excellent. Snip. Oh, damn. Didn't even snip. I basically just pulled that off. I feel robbed of a snip. This one's really tucked away. Come on, man. Snip. 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 Again, another pull. I'm being robbed. Snip. 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 Magnifique. Snip. Oh, that was a nice snipper. Snip, snip, snip. Lovely. Magnifique. Let's get you going. Get off a snap. Snip, snap. Paddywhack. Give a Space Marine a bolt gun. And lastly, the little wheel. Didn't even need to snip it. Haha. They leave the sprues upon my command. I'm going to try this slightly differently. Rather than applying Tamiya here and here, then sticking them together, I'm going to pop them together first, and then I'm going to stick it on that way. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. That really was the better way. Very good, very nice. Magnifique. Good, good, good. And there's his head. I'll save that for last in the torsos, because I know I'll inevitably lose it, and the cat will eat it, and then that will be embarrassing. Get out of here. It's all just coming apart for me nicely. I barely even have to snip anything. You get out of shot. Snip. Come on. You know you wanna do it. There we go. It'd be fun if I just leave these spokes on, give him no arms, just stick a bolt gun to the end. We'll say it's the Space Marine that was really eager to get back into battle after losing his arms. He spoke, boy. No one spoke on his behalf. Head. Oh, God, nearly twisted it something wrong. And now, take your chest. Nice. Very good. Very, very good. We got Fast Freddy, Fast Frankie, or Frank. No, Fast. Well, damn, nothing's coming to me. This here Chrome Dome ain't giving me no name. Fabian. Fast Fabian. That'll do. And fairly within character, I suppose. So, magnifique. Let me just stick his butt to his bike. No need to lather up the butt spike. I'm sure perfectly good at getting into the gap. There we are. Magnifique. Well done, Fabian. Let's help him get a handle on things. Snip and a snip. Oh God. I don't have a handle on it. Right. His handlebars went to the warp, but it's fine. It's fine. What's the worst that could happen other than, well, everything? There we go. Excellent. You know what? I forgot to give him his backpack. I am very silly. Here it is. I really hope that I can make this fit. Just a tiny gap. Get in there. There we are. Oh God. That was definitely a bit shaky. But it's in. He's got it. He's got his backpack. He's got his lunch. He ain't gonna go hungry this afternoon. Oh yeah, there's the with his helmet on his knee. Snip, snip, snip. Sand. Right, now the next one. Snip, 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 snip. Sand. They're not meeting, and it's very annoying. Quite a big gap there, but oh well. Hopefully I'll be able to rectify that later. I'm going to stick him to the base now. There we go. Nice. Come on, why will this bit not stick? Come on. I'm going to be waiting for this for a couple minutes. I will get this thing to stick, because one side is stuck, now the other must stick. It cannot be any other way. I will not accept anything else. Give you a couple of minutes. This one is so far the most awkward of the Space Marines. Probably why he's a sergeant. That is a measure of your worthiness of promotion. Not your skill in combat or skills in leadership, just how bloody awkward you are. It's moments like this I miss super glue. Now let's get his, I would have thought it was a bolt pistol, but it's more, I think it's a full-on bolter. At least some kind of carbine, who knows? Snip. Yeah, I think it's a full-on bolter. Cool. You know you're badass when you fire a bolter with one hand. And that's not even beginning to mention the fact that he's doing it one-handed while riding a damn bike. There we go. A bit of a gap there in that shoulder. Ah, well. Very nice. Last thing, need to get his chainsaw to stick onto his belt. And snip. There we are. So it's going to go there. Nice. Right, cool. That's him assembled. I'm going to save these for later sprugoos. Sprugoos. Alright, next I'm going to do some drilling of bolt gun barrels. I think that was smart. I kept the ones I used previously out of this bag. It always looks like I've got the middle, but it turns out I never do. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. Why does this exhaust this exhaust does not want to cooperate with me? The other one's rock solid. Why is this one not? By an impending Nurgle invasion. Hello, you. There's no room that way. I mean, I appreciate you not getting in my way, but there's no room for you that... Wait. Oh, alright then. Cats are weird, dude. Merlin, please don't eat that. You'll die. Don't be an idiot. Let's get drilling this little barrel, shall we? Nice. Perfectly through. Here comes the Nurgling. Hello, buddy. He's doing everything in his power to avoid coming at a shot. What's up with you, buddy? You're not normally this camera shy. Normally you're a right prick. Now, I heard it said one should technically use a slightly larger drill for the actual barrel itself, but I'll be honest, I kind of can't be bothered. There we go. Wow, that is off-center. Bit of wiggly trick. There we go, that's mildly better. Cool, side barrel's done, and it looks messy as heck, but oh well. I will work on my technique another time. Let's lengthen this a little bit for the sake of the twin-linked barrels at the front. Oh, there we go. Right, there's that through. There we go. Looks good. That looks good. Yeah, not too bad. Definitely the gun that would end up on a discount shelf, because no one would buy it because of the wonky-ass barrel. There we go. Okay, not too bad. Good. Cool. Just the right size. Cool. That was a little lopsided. But hey ho, it's still pretty decent. Let's put it this way. Time to tidy up, children. It is time to try this sprue goo that I made. Just as well, because we've got these massive gaps here. No idea if I've made this too thick, too thin, or anything, but we shall see. Oh god, what is happening? The goo is getting everywhere. This is really thick. Oh god. It's so thick. Okay. Let's try and be sensible about this. What happens if I were to... I mean, no one can deny it works in hiding the seams. Damn, his bike's been through the wars, dude. It's been through the wars. Right, well, this... my sprue goo is way too thick. I need to find a way to thin that out. But technically it's hidden the seam. Technically. I'm hoping if I sand it, once it's painted, it won't be all lumpy and horrible. Maintain the highlights, the harsh edges. Now, I may have made an absolute dog's dinner of this, but I'm hoping that it is now, despite how it looks, smooth enough, because it does feel smooth, to hide with paint. We shall see when we get there. I mean, I can't feel the seam anymore, so it's definitely covering that, if nothing else. Right then, we'll see if that mess will be okay. Right, I'm gonna have to do something about this sprue goo at some point. Right then, guess we'll just have to prime him and see how it looks. Let's see how well Macragge Blue will hide this issue. Alright, so it still looks a little rough on the top there, unfortunately, but it's not as bad as it could have been, I suppose. We'll just say he drove through some fires or something. Past orcs with flamers, melted his paint job a little. Right, first thing to be added to my fresh new baking paper in my wet palette. A bit of Macragge Blue. So go over this, make it all nice and good. Well, I think I thinned this paint way too much. It would be too easy any other way. Right, with that wash done, time to add some Abaddon Black into the joints and various bits and bobs and places. And I feel it in my tonsils that this is going to be the one where the water to paint ratio is going to be perfect. No one quote me on that. I'm pretty confident with the amount of watering down I'm doing of this paint, I'm going to be giving it more layers than usual. Yes, yes. Oh, that's the gun handle done. Not too badly either. I will be going over that, of course, when all is said and done. Just filling the inside of this with black, just to help hide any blemishes. Makes it look dark and shadowy inside. Right, and next, Retributor Armor Gold is what we'll be adding. There we go. Definitely some spillage, but again, we'll go over that later. Definitely plenty of edge spillage there, but if anything, once I go over it with blue, it'll just make it look better, because it's also covering the side edges, if you would, of the gold. Magnifique. It's definitely much easier to apply paints now that I'm thinning them a little more accurately. It is only with water, though. I do need to track down a decent medium, but in the meantime, water's fine. Ooh, nice gold splodge. Very good. There we go. Plenty of gold spillage. No escaping it. But ne'er mind. Ne'er mind. A smart person would use a bigger brush. Oh man, me and my reckless use with the brushes. Oh no, just flail my arms everywhere. There's a lot of gold all over the model. Really made such a mess. Ah well, is there such a thing as too much bling? I think not. Right, now you all know how much I love Lead Belcher, but I'm starting to run low. So, in lieu of lead belcher, we're going to use iron hand steel for this next bit. So, sorry for cheating on you, lead belcher, but you got to do what you got to do. So at the moment, Merlin is sitting next to me, calmly and quietly, and I'm a little bit worried. That's out of character. He's normally a right dick. Do I have the blessings of the Great Unclean One? Well, I need to go over that black again anyway, because it's a bit thin. So no worries that it's spilt over. I think I dipped my brush a lot harder than I thought into that bit of iron hands. I won't lie, my next model, whatever the next model may be, I may or may not know, I'm definitely going to make that the one wherein I attempt painting it before assembly. Just to see how that goes. Knowing my luck, it'll be something I'll never go back from again. It's usually the way. I always take ages to try something that's a genuinely good idea. Right, I think, before moving on, I'm going to touch up a few of the mistakes, tidy it up a little bit, because it's quite excessive actually. And of course for that, I'm going to use the lovely, lovely Macragge blue. Hello, you. Well, I'm going to turn this over, that way you won't just walk through it and get paint everywhere. Oh, trying to eat my brush. Okay. Why do you like to chew plastic? Ugh, it's going to be all wet. Grody. Right, you are in the way, Sunshine, so you need to move. Ow, don't kick Fabian. Don't kick Fast Fabian, or Fabian, I don't actually know how you pronounce the name, to be honest. You just get out of here. Go on, get your booty out of here. Right, anyway, where was I? Ah, yes, trying to get the silver. I'm never gonna moan again, cat, when you just sit there quietly, like I did that last time. It was very, very silly of me to moan about that. Yeah, I'm definitely painting before assembly next time. Knowing my luck, whatever model it is I next do is one of the few that absolutely does not require that. I'm surprised how little of that I actually got onto the tyres. A little bit there, but not bad. Oh god, he's back. Get your nozzle away from me paintbrush. I don't want a cat that sniffs paint. That's a step away from a cat that sniffs glue. Get your head out of me wet palette. Come on. Quit your troublemaking, young man. No, you're not that young anymore. You're 7. Oi, I'm trying to dab me brush. Oi, get off it. Get off it, you. Quit being a little prick. Alright, you. Come on. I'm going to shift you back to the desk. There you go. You can sit there next to me, but you don't have to come in front of the camera, alright? Not while I'm doing precise things. See how some silver looks in there. I think it would look pretty snaz. Snazwagon. Imagine if Space Marine nomenclature was like orc nomenclature. I mean, orcs have things like the Boomdacker Snazwagon, which is the single greatest bit of vehicle naming I've ever heard. Why can't Space Marines have that? Nomenclature. Is that how you pronounce it? Nomenclature? I've never been good with that word. A bit of spill, of course, but still, not too bad. Not too bad at all. There we go, a bit of silver in the back. Marvellous. Right, so quickly touch up the bits on the black, and I'll do the pedals, because I always forget the pedals, and then we'll move on from there. Oh god, here he is. Nurgle invasion! Cat, get out me wet palette, there's nothing in there for you. Yes, I know. What is this silly human doing? Whoop, okay. Don't mind me, cat. I'm sorry to get in your way. Magnifique. Right, next, time for the face. So I did a little research when it comes to doing the flesh of this fellow, because he has a face with flesh on it. According to the actual Citadel page, it is a base of Rakarth flesh and Reichland flesh shade, that did make sense, and then a layer of flayed one flesh if you want to go extra fancy. Which, you know what, I'm going to give it a damn shot. That's what I'm going to do, a shot. Just going to go over the whole thing, even the electronic parts around his head. That's not perfect, but I'll let it dry. Now, while waiting for that before its second layer... Ooh, I know, I could probably do the Dawnstone dry brushing. Let's do that. Quite a lot fell into that track there, so I'll probably go over that with more black down the line. Very, very nice. Man, he's not looking too well. Right, now let's do that helmet. I do thankfully know that the Red Sergeant helmets are corn red at the base. Actually, in hindsight, do I do the belt first? Deep down in the darkness. You know, yeah, I'm going to do the belt first. Zoggy. Start with a nice bit of Mornfang brown. Now the fun part is going to be that this one's really tucked away. Don't even know if I'm going to get any decent angles, but hero, one shall try. While we're here, we'll quickly jump back into that Rakarth flesh. Let's let that layer dry a little. Okay, reasonably, I think that's all the belt I'm getting. I will clean up bits of brown that have gotten where they shouldn't down the line. Let's do a bit of that helmet. Nice bit of corn red into my wet palette. I've wanted to use this one for a while, actually. I love this colour. How does he even keep it on his... Well, I was about to say on his knee, it's technically on his belt, so it'll be clipped on his belt. There we go. Nice. And now let's jump back again to his dead-ass face. God, it's looking more and more like Merlin's influence. There's a great unclean one. It's starting to rub off on him. Not much, if any, detail lost. Good, good. And just because I can, I'm going to briefly pop out a cheeky little bit of Nuln oil. Just a dab. Okay, maybe more than a dab. Dries, that should hopefully make that a bit darker. That's good. More balanced with the rest. Probably not the best way to go about it, but it's the way I'm going about it. I think I'm actually going to give another layer of Mornfang on a few patches of this brown. Just to make it a little... There we go. A little richer. Oh god. There's the pitter-patter of the cat's feet. What on earth is he doing? Hang on, let's go check on it. Are you hiding? So the cat has run indoors because the back window's open so he can go outside. He's just run inside and then hid behind the sofa, so he's obviously had an encounter with something. Cat, get out from behind there. What'd you meet? A bigger, badder cat than you? Oh, perish the thought. Maybe it was a cat of corn or something and he got into a fight. Chill out, bro. You're good. You're fine. Ain't no cats coming in here. Also just noticed a big splodge of blue on that pipe. Can't have that. Final layer of Rakarth flesh, I think, just on his head. There we go. Excellent. There's also all that insane amount of spillage. I think I'm going to quickly do that now as well, just while it's in my head. There we are. You know what, while I'm here with a bit of Macragge blue on my brush, may as well just dab up these bits of Renegade brown. Oh damn, that vent there just still got a nice big batch of blue on it. Right, and now we shall give, where is it? There it is. That helmet of his a wash in some Agrax Earthshade, possibly Agrax Earthshade. We may never know. Never really know exactly how much shade to have on my brush. But I'll just improv it. I'm sure it's good. Now, speaking of shade, I think now's the time to do that face up, because his face looking a bit pasty. Oh, so we shall try and remedy that with a bit of Reichland flesh shade. I feel like I'm just coating his bald ass head in maple syrup. I bet he loves it. Let that sit for a little bit, I guess. Guess I'm going to give him multiple layers of the stuff. Right, I've got a few patches missing colour, like in there, so I'll quickly dot over those, I think. There we are. Any other spots where blue needs to go over? Oh, here we are. Can't get a good angle on this, guys. I do apologise. There we go. Well, that was quite satisfying, I won't lie. There we go. Excellent. He's definitely going to need another layer of Rakarth flesh. He just looks ill. Don't want there to be too much pooling, so I'm going to spread what there is out a little bit. There we go. That's a bit better. Maybe he's pale because he usually wears the helmet, and he just took it off this one time, and I was like, I'm getting burned. Right, what is there left to do now, really? Oh, wait, we got some bits of leathers. I think that should be Rhinox hide. Well, that way it'll kind of be nice and dark with the rest of the sword. So yeah, sod it. We'll do that. Just put a dab of it on my brush and then put it in some water straight on the brush. Hopefully that will have the same effect. Let's find out. Yeah, not too bad. Oh yes, and on my other riders they have a black pommel, so we'll do that too. One of these days I will master the art of painting everything of a certain colour before moving on. I can't remember what green I used for the screen. Warpstone? Yeah, I think it was Warpstone. Yeah, that was it. Warpstone Glow. Right, well I'm probably going back at that with a second layer very shortly. Back to old Reichland Flesh Shade. Just a little to try and get his head back to something decent. There we are, that's spread out not too badly. Good. Now one thing I could do is a little black spillage in there, so I'm gonna get some of me Macragge blue and just go over the bits of black that are kind of jutting out inside the gun opening? Gun opening? Yeah, that's the word we're gonna use now, gun opening. I won't lie, I thought that was going to argue with me way more, but no, it was a fairly straightforward endeavour, that one. Right then, I'll just quickly finish off this helmet. I'll have a gold skull, but what about the eyes? I'm torn between simply doing moot green or white with tesseract glow. Not sod it. I like finding things out. Let's do it with the white scar and tesseract glow. Tiniest bit of white on my brush there. Let's see how well I do this. Alright, it's a tad messy, but once I put on the tesseract glow, I can go back over it with a bit of corn red. First, a smidgen of old Retributor Armor Gold. There was enough of a blob to very much hide the skull. It's now just a blob. There we go. Oh, you can really see it there in the darkness, just the eyes and the skull. It's kind of creepy. I'm just trying to think. Oh yeah, there's a bit of blue there. Not blue, sorry. Silver that needs doing on the back of that vent just there. Just gonna take a tab straight out of the pot. Heresy, I know, but just quicker and easier. There we are. Yeah, just gonna wait for those bits to dry and I'm gonna start shading, I guess. Right then, let's get some of that tesseract glow into those eyes and see what we got. Yeah, the colour's right, but I will definitely be painting over those edges again with corn red. No, otherwise that's pretty good. Right then, I think now is the time for us to go over the deep crevasses and whatnot with Nuln Oil. Let's get on with that shading. Right, we shall see how that looks when it dries. Gut feeling tells me I'll be washing over it, the whole thing anyway, with Nuln Oil. Kind of see in the light when I tilt it, you can see where I went over it with the brush there. Probably going to end up washing over the whole thing with Nuln Oil anyway, just because I kind of like the darker shade. But first, I'm going to quickly sort that helmet with a smidgen of old corn red. Here we go. Not perfect, it definitely looks a bit sassy. Yeah, I can actually really see I've not filled in the whole eye lens there, but you know what? It will do. It's a good first attempt at that one, so that's all I need for now. Maybe he took it off because it started to break, who knows? Right, so I'm gonna give a go with the face at dry brushing Flayed One Flesh onto it, just to see how it fares. Hopefully it'll make all the difference. No, my luck, I had to put this on before I did the shading. Only just occurred to me. Wow, I really can be a bit silly. Thanks. Oh, it looks like he's gone a bit nuts with baby powder. Oh man, what am I doing? What am I doing right now? You know what? Yeah, I'll just keep going nuts on him and then I will add the Reichland Flesh Shade again. There we go. Like someone's just thrown a massive wad of baby powder in his face and he just drove through it. Oh, it's funny. He's even grimacing like, it's in my eyes. Help. Why I didn't think to apply Flayed One Flesh sooner, I don't really know, but clearly I had a lot on my mind. Oh, but wait. We need to do the handle and the seat cushioning. Yes, we do. Rhinox hide. That's what we need. Excellent. Right, now once again back to Reichel Flesh Shade to see what we can do about that face. He's put on a lot of powder. We shall see what we can do about that. God, I've made such a dog's dinner of his head. Ah well, lesson learned for next time. Damn, yeah, he definitely has his own sense of style. Probably one that is not codex compliant, but hey ho, there's nothing about style. Or is there something up with my paints? I really don't know. More likely something up with me. Right, while we wait for that monstrous face to dry, going to start doing highlights. And we will begin with a 50-50 blend of Macragge blue and Calgar blue. At least, I hope it's a 50-50 blend. It's near as damn it what I could eyeball. Right then, let's give this a spin. For anyone wondering, I have not forgotten about the purity seal. I'm deliberately doing it last to make sure I don't go over it in all this shading and highlighting business. There is a plan. Once that's dried off, we are going to go over it again with just a lesser bit of straight Calgar blue. Should look lovely. I've just noticed a big splodge of blue on the end of the gun there. I'm fixing that right this second because it's too annoying to leave. There we go, more or less. The rest will need to go over with silver to get it perfect. Nice. I probably missed a couple of spots. There we go. But I think that's that with Calgar. It's definitely looking good. Kind of. A bit heavy at points, but oh well. One day I will get hands that don't shake. Just need to pay a visit to the Adeptus Mechanicus and see if they can hook me up with something. And when the Calgar blue is dry, we shall do the most upturned, harshest edges with Fenrisian grey. It's a lovely blue. I love it. So next, I'm going to add some shading of Liberator Gold onto the pauldrons and his chest eagle wings before adding Reichel Flesh Shade to make them pop nicely. go. Nice. Right, while that dries, we'll quickly turn to the exhausts, and we shall apply the layers of shading, beginning with Agrax Earthshade. Right, and next I'll apply Agrax Earthshade to some of the leathers of his belt. One of these days I will take the time to research how to do eyes, because I see them on the box art when they're done actual eyes. Anyone who saw my original Devastator squad knows that with Heavy Bolter Brian, I ended up making him an absolute stoner, but it was a good attempt. But I'm not going to do that this time. This guy's furrowing his brows, hiding his eyes in the shadows. You know what else? While we wait for that shading to dry, I'm going to paint his earpieces and whatnot. It's something a little bit different. I'm going to give it a spin with Runelord Brass, just to see how that shapes up. Brush is a bit too big. There we go, that's pretty cool. I went a little over on the back of the head there, but I just kind of evened it out. Now it just looks like it melds in nicely to his skull, so pretty pleased with that. I think another layer of that warpstone green might be in order. Back to the exhaust with Reichland Flesh Shade. Cool. Okay, I think that should look good. Right, next is going to be Nuln Oil. There's a couple of little spots I think Nuln Oil will benefit, so I'm going to add it. Places like this chain link, not too much mind. I'll just sweep a bit of Nuln Oil on all the metals. There we go. Tiny bit, but just adds a little something. There we go. Oh, something else I could do while waiting for that is apply shading to the black. Can't believe I nearly forgot that. What is wrong with me? I legit need a moment to remember. Oh yes. Eshin Grey and Dawnstone. That was it. There we go. Nice. Magnifique. Alright then, and now for the Dawnstone to finish off the black highlights. I dream of a day when my hands are steady. The one really blotchy one. Oh well. Add a bit more to the others. There we go. Make it not so bad. He's slight, but he's good. Excellent. And that is one very snazzy looking heavy bolter pistol. I genuinely forget that's a thing now. Right, so last time, to save on Astrogranite, I made it a combination of Mechanica Standard Grey and a bit of Astrogranite. This time, I'm going to make it Eshin Grey and Astrogranite, just to see if it matches better than the other one did. Very, very nice. Quick inspection for where any greys may have got on the bike. Oh god, there's a big old splodge. Might be able to tissue the worst of that off. Let's give it a spin. Okay, cool. You can just paint over that again. A bit on the foot, but that shouldn't be such a problem. Yeah, the bit on the foot's okay. Just a bit of dirt, that's all. Cool. Everything else seems alright though. Right, so with that more or less set, now I'm going to apply the Astrogranite. It will not be long until I simply buy some sand and mix it into some Eshin Grey, I don't think, since that's basically all this is. Tone is massively off, much closer to Mechanica Standard Grey, but good to know for sure. Right, so that's mostly dry, but there's also under the model there. Still see a bit of blue under there. So I'm going to rub over that with a bit of Mechanica Standard Grey, because that colour is closer to the Astrogranite Venetian. Excellent, that'll do. Right, and the last thing, I'm going to add another layer of Macragge blue around the edges there, just because that's what I like to do. While I'm doing Macragge blue, quickly fix this up. There we go. Lost a bit of the shade, but ah well, virtually invisible. Right, now I would be inclined to say that with that, that's more or less done. But I'm going to try something a little reckless, I think. Before painting all this, when I tried the sprue goo, I kind of messed up the top there. So I said, I will make it look like battle damage. And despite the fact that now it's painted up, it looks alright. I'm still going to give something a try. I'm going to attempt to make most of the front, certainly all the front-facing edges, look like he's blasted through fire at some point. He's driven through fire at high speeds and the whole front of him got scorched. It might also help explain why his face is so effed up. So, I'm going to try this. And what I've done is I've got a bit of a combination of Abaddon Black and Eshin Grey on the end of my dry brush, and I'm going to sort of dab it, just sort of dab it and just see what happens. I'm probably going to really mess up the model trying this, but, you know, fortune favours the bold and all that. And besides, I'm only a little terrified of messing up. Here we go. Let's give this a spin. Okay, I can sort of see something. Okay, good preliminary, but I'm going to add a little bit more of this combo paint. Looks more like mud than burns at the moment, but it's getting there. I think I might just accidentally have my brush touch a bit of liquid or wetness or something. Oh well. I feel I'm really not doing my dry brush a good service right now. Bit on his front as well. So now I made it look like mud. Which is something, I suppose. It'll look very dirty. I'm going to add a little more just straight black. A little more straight black to some of these fronts. sort of sweep all along as well. Nice. There we go. Right, well, I've definitely done something to him. Don't know if it's necessarily good, but his character, you know what? No, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with it. It looks kind of like he's been scorched. Definitely need to work on a method, but you all know me. I like to try it out before researching and finding out how to actually do it. But you know what I didn't do? You know what I did not do? I did not apply the damn decals first. Ah, dang it. I knew I was forgetting something. Nearly perfect. Oh well. Let's do them now, then I can add the damage after the fact. My favourite part of the whole damn process. Snip. And snip. Excellent. It's very annoyed I forgot the decals, because I won't lie, I'm quite actually pleased with how it turned out. Even if it doesn't look like burns, it certainly looks like something. And that something is very cool. It's snip and a snip. Here's one shoulder pad. Magnifique. And start on this side. Do a nice bit of micro sets. I can't believe I forgot it. Just so excited to do all the burns, that's what it was. Well, I just lost a load of my micro set. Just bloody spilt it. Oh no. Yeah, I just spilt a load of me micro set, just lost loads. Gosh darn it. Plus several curse words, but I'm not going to show them here. You see kids, decals are just the bane of all things good and decent in the world. See the kind of trouble they lead to. Sticking in the wrong place. Come on, I have nothing tough enough. Come now. It's in completely the wrong place, and it is not moving. Okay, we'll call that one a bum. Let's try again, preferably without spilling it all this time. So much micro set lost. Makes me sad. Lid on. Let's take 2. There we go. Boom. Basically in the middle as far as I'm concerned. Then let's do the other side. There we go. Not super straight, but it's fine. it's fine. Yeah. That one was cooperative at least. Nice. Some of these really aren't straight, but it's had battle damage, so it's acceptable. Well, some micro set just got in my mouth and can confirm it tastes like vinegar. But don't put it on your crisps, kid. There we go. Nice. Basically level. And once that's set, we shall move on from my tragically diminished micro set and move on to micro sol. Let's now coat this. There we go. Perhaps it is simply by the Emperor's divine light that his emblems remain untarnished. Nah, bullshit, I'm gonna go over them again once they're dry. Right, cool. And with that, let us dirty them up. There we go. And I believe that makes this fellow nearly done. I need to add one more thing. We'll get there one day, guys, I promise. I really do promise. Thankfully, what I have left to do is quite simple. Just some Nuln oil on the ground. I will definitely be doing some proper research into how to do scorches, like one who's gone through fire, because it looks more like mud. I mean, it looks cool. It isn't quite what I had in mind. It's good to know for future. Just straight up black and grey mixed with some good old straight up mud look. So, the last thing to do now is going to be that damn purity seal, which I totally didn't forget about and deliberately left till last. Right, let's do this. I'm so bad for forgetting things, even when they're literally right in front of me. Been like that my whole life, though. I just spilt a bit
of red under there. And you know what? I like it. A bit of the wax melting. Just makes sense, especially if he's driven through something super hot. A bit of his purity seal will probably melt off. And finally, he is more or less done, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's done. Excellent. And that means his squad is done, or at least the box is done. I'll probably add more. This unit was my first ever attempt at shading and highlighting, and damn, what a difference it made. This was the first one. My first ever attempt at it. It was pretty good. This was my second. My lines got a little bit tidier and neater, which is excellent. And this is my last one, where everything went absolutely off the rails. Right, so if you folks have enjoyed watching me blunder through this hobby and gradually getting better and better, please don't forget to like, follow, /subscribe, all that good fine jazz, and stay tuned for more of these wonderful, wonderful blue boys. As for what we'll make next, well, you'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, let's go!